Ladies and gentlemen, you may know my first guest tonight from The Usual Suspects, Bullets Over Broadway, or A Bronx Tale. His new film is Hurlyburly. Please welcome Chazz Palminteri.
Good, good, good.
You're a cool guy when you walk in the room. I can't, you set a tone when you walk into a room.
Well, if that's the tone, that's okay with me.
That's cool.
That's
I can't do that. I walk into a room and I'm like, hi, everybody, how you doing?
Yeah, well, you know, when you grow up where I grew up in the Bronx, you kind of just keep a low profile and you walk into a room and then you see what happens first, then you take it from there.
So I'd last like 5 seconds there, running around the Bronx going, hi, everybody.
No,
you know?
I don't know about 5, maybe 12 seconds.
Well, tell me, you're back here in New York.
Right.
You're doing some work for the film, promotion for the film, but do you get a chance to go over to the Bronx, see your old neighborhood?
Yeah, when I want my picture taken by the FBI, I go by there and I go back. And my friends, I see some of these guys, and I say, why don't you come around? You know, I said, why do I have to come around for to get in trouble? You know, but a lot of my friends, they're really, really great. I go back to my old restaurant that I used to go to. In fact, every year we have a dinner at my friend's place called Gino's Restaurant in the Bronx, and we all get together and we have dinner there every year, once a year. It's like a shrine there. They got my pictures all over the wall. They got candles with my pictures underneath.
That is great. When you get your picture up in a restaurant.
In fact, and I bring people there. I brought Cher there, and I brought my friend John Cusack there. But the funny thing about it, Conan, is every time I bring a friend there, somebody famous, they put his hands in cement, and he has like the Wall of Fame, and he puts their hands, you know, on this Wall of Fame. But the funny thing about it is, no matter when I go, even if I don't call him, he always has wet cement laying around. It's true.
Don't ask any questions.
And so I said to him, I said, how could it be that anytime I come here, you just happen to have wet cement down in the basement? He goes, things, you know, things. That's the Italian way. They go, things. My friend
That's
Dominic,
the great explanation for everything.
Yeah.
Do you get, I mean, I know I'm in a really good Italian restaurant when they pronounce all the Italian food correctly. And to them, it must be annoying when people like me come in and I'm asking for...
Well, you say manicotti.
I go manicotti.
Manicotti, yeah. That's... No, you're not going to last 12 seconds.
No.
12 seconds, it's not going to happen here. No.
What are you talking about? That's my way. There's a thing, you know.
The real way to say it is manigot.
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 And I've heard, I always say, can I have some mozzarella on that? And they go like, no, mozzarella.
Mozzarella, right.
Oh.
That's right. Yeah, I mean, it's kind of, it's like a song, you know, you got to like sing it. It's very different.
You don't want me to sing that. Believe me.
And you got to, do you know how to make sauce?
Mm-mm.
You don't know how to make sauce?
I don't make anything. I make one meal, which is tuna fish on toast sandwich with ramen fried noodles that boil. That's what got me through college. That's what got me through after college when I had to do money, and that's still what I make.
I give this advice to anybody out there, all the women out there. If you want to get a husband, you got to make sauce. Sauce is the thing. Am I right or wrong? Anybody know how to make sauce?
Really?
Well, you got it.
You'd think that, you know, we've moved past now, but no, it's still sauce.
Sauce. There's 2 tests. You got to pass the sauce test and the door test.
The door test.
The door test. Well, when you get in the car, the woman's got to open the door for you. You know, years ago, they used to have to lift a little button. I had that, you know.
It's in the,
It's in Bronx Tale.
It's in the Bronx Tale,
But the sauce test is very important. My wife, when we got together, she said to me, I want to make you an Italian meal. So I said to her, listen, she's Italian. I said, but I've had the best sauce in the world, my mother's sauce. She said, trust me, my sauce is going to be better than anybody's. I said, my mother's? She said, trust me. I said, okay. She went to my apartment. I gave her the keys when we first started dating. And I went there. I walked in the kitchen. I smelled it. It smelled great. She said, I want you to taste it. She put the wooden spoon in, made me taste the sauce. Now, she had 4-inch spike heels on and just an apron. So I got to say...
Just an apron?
Just an apron, nothing else. That's where she tricked me, you see.
The pot could have been empty. You wouldn't have known it.
Yeah, it could have tasted like vinegar, I would have said. It's better than my mother's. It's great.
Let's get to work here.
It's true, but yeah.
So the sauce is so important, right?
Absolutely.
Now, can you be fooled? Like, what if I said, I'm going to make you a great sauce, and I just put some ragu in there and some oregano? You'd know?
No. could Larry Bird be fooled in basketball? I'm like the professional when it comes to sauce. I'm the professional. No, please. No.
Now, say your wife's sauce had been no good. You wouldn't have married her, probably, right? It's that important to you.
Well, I don't know. The way she looked was pretty strong. I mean, I gotta admit it. I don't know about that, but
right.
No, thank God she made great sauce.
Right,
so
that's the important thing. Now, of course, you came along in the theater. You had to struggle for a while, like a lot of actors. How good did it feel when you started to have the success you started to have a number of years ago for the first time, and people started, agencies were saying, we got to get Chazz Palminteri, we got to sign him up. Did that feel good?
Well, I remember when I first got to Hollywood, they wouldn't allow me on the same block as some of these agencies, and I tried to get in the door, and they just shut me down. And then when I wrote a play called A Bronx Tale, and then I performed it as a one-man show. All of a sudden, I had every big agency in Hollywood chasing me. In fact, one of them called me up. I was going to see one at one time, and I couldn't make it because I had this 1974 Honda Accord and had a big dent in the side. And it used to run out of water all the time and have to fill it up. So I kept overheating, and I got stuck. And I called them up, and I said, listen, I can't make it. My car's overheating. And they said, don't worry about it. We'll take care of it. Just go back home. So I got a lift to go back home. I waited, and 45 minutes later, there was this man knocked on the door, and he had the keys. He said, come with me. You're Chazz Palminteri? I said, yeah. He goes, this is for you. It was at that time, it was 1989 brand new Cadillac Eldorado. And they said, the agency bought it for you. They don't want you to be late for your appointment.
How did they, and was a Cadillac your car? Is that what you really wanted, a Cadillac?
Well, they figured Italian from the Bronx, Cadillac Eldorado. How bad could it be? I mean,
I hear it ran on sauce.
Yeah. It was pretty amazing.
Let's talk about Hurlyburly for a moment. This movie, great cast. You got Sean Penn, Kevin Spacey, Meg Ryan's in there, Gary Shandling's in there.
Anna Paquin, Robin Wright. It's really a great cast. People always ask me, they say, what is it like to work with all these great actors? And I said, well, it's like playing basketball with Magic Johnson, and Michael Jordan. It's like every day it was like, wow, what a shot. Wow, that was great. Oh my God, I can't believe what he just did. So it was really very exciting. And everybody was from the theater, so we all came from the school of if you shine, I shine. So it was really great.
We have a clip here. Do you need to set this up? This is basically, it's about a group of people living in Los Angeles.
Right.
A lot of drugs. This is a dark view.
A lot of dark view, trying to find drugs, trying to find meaning in the world. This clip here, this is one where my wife wants me to have a baby, and I'm telling Sean, don't worry about it. And he says, well, what are you doing? And I said, well, I'm taking this poison to kill the sperm in my body. I'm telling him, I got record-setting sperm, so that's what it's talking about.
Let's take a look at this clip from Hurlyburly.
You're not thinking you're just gonna go over there, hope for the best. Just leave it to luck she won't get pregnant. You're not thinking that.
No.
You don't stand a chance you do that.
No. I got that covered, Eddie. Listen, there's nothing to worry about on that score. I've been taking this stuff and messing myself up, which is why we ain't pregnant at this very minute. You see, my sperm count is monstrous on its own.
What do you mean?
I have a very high sperm count. It's record-setting.
What stuff?
Stuff that's harmful to the sperm.
Oh, wait a minute. Instead of telling her what you want, you're taking some kind of poison?
What is this stuff? I want to know more about this stuff.
That's great.
You're onto something. Hurlyburly's out there. It is in theaters now. Are you sticking around here in New York for long or right back out to the coast?
No, I live here. I
thought you lived out in L.A.
Yeah, I was living in L.A. I moved back here.
I was reading one of those, see a magazine. It said, see a home of the star, and it just was this amazing layout that you had.
Yeah, I did have a place out there, but now I have a place here now.
Good. You're back home where you belong.
I'm back home. I'm back on the East Coast.
All right. Good to have you here.
Okay,
Chazz, thank you for doing it. Chazz Palminteri, everybody. Anthony Clark is coming up. We'll take a break. We'll be right back.